What's up guys, welcome back to a new Kengan and Manga chapter review. Today we have chapter 79. As a whole, this chapter was pretty solid, about 95% fighting throughout this chapter. This back and forth between the two fangs going at each other, with the circle getting smaller and smaller. And based on the ending of the chapter and how small the circle was, it may be the end of the fight on chapter 80 next week's chapter, which will be absolute hype. This chapter we got to see more of, Monkey's techniques, and we got to finally see Misasa's martial art and fighting style. Got that explained throughout this chapter, which was good to see. And we got to actually see some interesting characters such as King opening his eyes and getting some commentary that I'll get into very soon. And we all know shit's going down when King opens his eyes. And based on how this chapter went, I think next chapter may be the end of this fight, unless we get a full chapter covering Misasa's backstory. Then it may be the chapter after that, but 1 or 2 chapters, I think this whole fight will be over and we'll have a winner. But yep, let's go. But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel and join the Discord, follow the Twitter and all that other good shit. So the title of the chapter is Setup. Starts off with Misasa still talking shit, telling him that he's gonna put him through hell. As we know, last chapter, Misasa pretty much started to get serious according to the other extermination force members. He was just playing with Monkey Boy until now, and now this chapter we get to see Misasa's true power and what he's truly capable of. We get to see all the bodyguard captains, Matsudo's bodyguard captains, who are here to see the punishment of Yumi for betraying their master. All of them this silence watching the fight go on. We cut to Katahara Retsudo and King Rama. We don't understand how was that little man able to knock a giant off his feet, and this is where we cut to Retsudo getting trained by Misa. As we know before this, Misa was the one who trained Retsudo in the past. Power's not just about strength. Watch and learn, Lamasa. Now you don't need me to tell you that I'm not built like a heavyweight. And of course, I can't do what the real big and tough guys can do, but I can still pull off something like this, showing him, destroying a boulder or putting a crack in a boulder out of nowhere with a light punch, with him not really putting any effort into the attack, being able to do that amount of damage with his small size. I think my theory for this, and based on another translation I looked at, it's that Misasa is able to unlock more percentage of his inner strength, similar to how the removal works for the Kure clan, how they're able to unlock the hidden potential within themselves, with Kure Ryan being able to unlock 100%. I think Misasa has trained himself to allow his body to release more inner energy that he has, or inner strength. That's my opinion on this, and on another translation that I saw that kind of implied that as well. But there we go, got to see some Misasa backstory, love to see it. We cut back to the fight against Yumi. How much are you gonna piss me off today? You're just my stepping stool, so how fucking dare you try to buck me off? Yumi's not having that shit, over getting beat down, gonna get serious, decides to change up his fighting style. Last chapter he was using a spear based fighting style, now he's using a dual wielding sword based style, which is pretty interesting, with Misasa still talking shit to him. Love to see it. Yumi going rage mode, you're dead, going to attack him. We cut to some of Team Tengen, such as the novel dude in Okubo, talking about how the fight's going. He's getting low. We haven't seen the novel guy talk that much, so it's always good to see inside of him. And Okubo always, with that shocked face. But when Yumi was going for a low attack, Misasa went for a knee and absolutely bodied Yumi again. Then straight after that, with no, in between, no time letting Yumi recover, Misasa going for another attack on him, just absolutely destroying him. We get a, close up of Tahito Oma, not saying anything, just watching with, silent. Look at those elbows. I've never seen a martial art like this before. This is Oma's inner monologue, thinking about what Misasa's fighting style is and how he has never seen it before, not even in his time in the inside and all that. And then we cut to the explanation of Misasa's martial art. So it's known as Silat, a martial art originating from Southeast Asia. It's a comprehensive martial art that includes not only unarmed combat but weapons training, showing that Misasa can actually counter Yumi's fighting style, pretty much weapon based thing with this technique. That's what it's really implying, in my opinion. In contrast to the hard movements of Muay Thai, so it has Muay Thai roots, its movements are soft. So Muay Thai is more of a hard style, with this one Silat being a soft style. So as we know, soft styles that we've seen throughout the story is Hatsumi Sen's soft style and all stuff regarding that. So we have another soft style user here, particularly unique. It's use of elbows that are used not only for attacking but for blocking and parrying. This variety sets them apart from elbow strikes in all other martial arts, including Muay Thai. So pretty much an elbow soft style specialist mad lad. That is Misasa's martial art and fighting style. Yumi getting mad, telling him, fuck you, getting absolutely destroyed destroyed, can't even touch Misa, getting countered, parried, and absolutely obliterated by him. We get, you know, a close-up of Wakatsuki saying he is good, so getting respect from Wakatsuki, which is a good sign of his strength. Going over how Misa is able to parry with his elbows while knocking Yumi off balance at the same time, being an absolute monster. We get to see him absolutely destroying him. The commentator saying it's a one-sided beatdown now. Misa's absolutely destroying Yumi, you know, getting that revenge that we're all waiting to see. We get to see Kano Gito in a monologue for the first time this fight. He's attacking from outside his awareness. Misa's out-maneuvering Yumi at every turn, and no amount of size difference can make up for an attack you can't see coming. But that's not all, ... So Kano is thinking that there's more to Misa's fight, so it could be something that I mentioned earlier, maybe I'm right about this, how Misa's able to unlock more of his inner potential and more of his latent strength or inner strength that normal people aren't able to unlock. That may be the reason behind the strength of Misa, and maybe what Kano is thinking there is more from our boy Misa, so that's good to see. We get various attacks from him, spinning elbow, another elbow attack, elbow uppercut. There's all these elbow crazy moves. Yumi getting absolutely destroyed, trying to block, but he can't really do anything. Blood going everywhere from him, you know, getting mad, going for attacks, and just absolutely getting destroyed. Can't do anything. We cut to Team Purgatory to see some of their reaction. We got Dongchen and Naden saying the following: "What's going? How come Hikaru's getting his ass handed to him? I never thought I'd see an A-list Purgatory gladiator get beaten up so one-sidedly." We get to see some Lolong King, silent, eyes closed still. He set up Yumi, set him up. This is King talking. He's talking about the ring, and he's right. Yumi's biggest mistake was failing to account for the ring shrinking. This time we get to see the ring, how it's like maybe 5 or 6 meters in length now that the light has gone to, so it's a very tiny space that they're fighting. They go over how when the ring was a little bit bigger, or when the light was bigger, Yumi had a big advantage due to his size, but now that it's so small, Misa actually have the advantage. We get, you know, some drawbacks to ancient samurai times, you know, comparing it to some stuff regarding that. Yumi's size puts him at a huge disadvantage in enclosed space, and more the ring shrinks, the harder for him to move. And then we have King saying the following: "It's a psychological law, that's the issue Yumi is having. Right now, Yumi is getting caught up in how to stay within the bounds of the light. He can't fight to his fullest due to this." And then we got the masked fighter Tarashi stating this: "You knew it would end like this, didn't you? I had no duty to warn him." So King was aware this may happen, but chose not to tell Yumi and felt that it wasn't his responsibility to help someone out. And then we got him saying this, which is, you know, the most interesting and important statement throughout the whole chapter in my opinion: "Misa's power is a legitimate threat. I don't think even I could beat him easily." So King is respecting Misa's strength. I don't think he's really respected the last 3 fights, Gaolang, Rito, or even Julius, but this time he's actually respected Misa's strength and his, you know, power in this fight, and showing that he wouldn't have an easy time beating him. It's not saying he can't beat him, but it'll be a hard fight, showing that Misa is absolute madler and truly worthy as the 8th Fang of Metsudo. We cut back to the fight with Misa saying this: "Didn't you kill one of the bodyguards when you were running away from the master?" With Misa revealing that the bodyguard he killed used to serve under him, and this is more revenge, not just for Metsudo, but his own personal reason to get revenge for him killing one of his, you know, underlings and all that. I almost forgot, I did take out the trash, didn't I? You know, Yumi is getting beat down, but he's still staying true to his character and still talking all that shit and trying his best, you know, deal some damage to Misa, but as always, it's not working. And then the final chapter or panel of this chapter is Yumi pulling out a new technique. Don't go running your victory lap just yet. Remember, I'm the man who became the Fang of Metsudo. And then we got a new technique that Yumi is going to use next chapter with the final little piece of Misa talking some shit, and that is the end of chapter 79. As a whole, absolute hype chapter. I really enjoyed it. A very cool chapter, mainly fighting some crazy, you know, insight from Kano Gito and King from Purgatory. Absolute hype. Let me know your thoughts on the chapter down in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and all that other good shit. And yep, that's it guys. Peace.